Mac Jones today, not yesterday, today, at the podium talking with the assembled Patriots media here at Gillette Stadium. Yeah, I say here because we're on the Dean College stage outside Bar Louie, steps away from Gillette, giving away a Mac Jones autographed football. A pair of tickets to the Patriots and the Eagles on Sunday with Brady in the house. And speaking of being here in the house, in the heat, Tommy Curran, NBC Sports Boston. What's going on, Tom?
Hey. You know what's funny? You guys have that Mac Jones autographed football. Imagine had you had your way.
If I had a Zappy football?
If you had your way and Bailey Zappy was the starter.
The clamoring for that football.
You were giving away the backup quarterback football before the opener.
I can't believe you were so wrong about that. It's so shocking how wrong you were about that. But it's okay. So we have to bring this up, and not to deflect. You have a hot coffee? Is that what you're drinking?
Yeah, it's gone down now to tepid.
And you had like a little wise ass comment. What about coffee? Something about iced coffee isn't real coffee? Is that what you said?
Basically, it irritates me when I go through and I'll have a large. Well, I actually do say hot, but a large hot regular, milk to Splenda.
Yeah.
Is that hot? Well, it's not a coffee if it's not hot. Hot is the default. I shouldn't have to specify.
Okay.
You waste people who showed
look,
up.
I skew hot. These guys can attest. I drink hot coffee most of the year. But
she doesn't drink coffee.
A day
I
like
don't
today,
drink coffee.
Neither of them drink coffee. That's insanity. Neither one.
This is a vanilla culotta you're looking at.
Does that thing have caffeine, though?
No, it's just sugar.
It's
okay, so you're drinking a slushy.
He's drinking ice
You're drinking a slushy dog.
She mainlines Mountain Dew.
Well, I saw you judging whatever this White Claw-esque looking thing is. Yeah.
I don't know what this is. This is Alani? An Alani. I don't know. Sponsor me, Alani. It's it's some kind of caffeine drink. I don't know even how much caffeine it has, but it's delicious. It's getting the job done.
Speaking of sponsors, Tommy Curran, by the way, joins us on the Harbor One hotline, and he's brought to you by Unified Office. Unified Office will make sure you never lose any business again due to a poor customer phone exchange. Find your solution, unifiedoffice.com. All right, Curran, we've talked about this a little bit. If the Patriots are going to win, and Mego can't even dream up a scenario where the Patriots are going to win. If the Patriots are going to win this game, how are they beating the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday?
They're converting frequently on third down. 3rd and 3 is not the absolute Rubik's Cube that it was for them last year. They have Demario Douglas whipping around doing those little orbit motions, and they get it out quick, and they get it out really quick throughout the game. Philadelphia is slow to play man. They think their pass rush is going to get home, but they don't understand that the Patriots are going to use basically the same strategy that they would use when they were playing against the Houston Texans or the Carolina Panthers or anybody else with a diabolical pass rush. The ball's going to get out fast. It's going to get out on slants. It's going to get out to guys on the edge, and the Patriots are going to get ahead early because the Patriots don't have the artillery to come back. So that's what's going to happen offensively for the Patriots. Defensively, they're going to have a plan in place to defend on 4 downs because Philly doesn't have a punter right now. We all understand that they're going to elevate a punter from the practice squad, but they barely need a punter because
when you say we all understand that, I didn't know. They don't have a punter?
No. They
have a punter?
No.
Okay, well
that tells you everything.
Well, I'm saying not that we all understand they don't have a punter, but they're not going to go into the game like that. They'll elevate some, Bjorn Bjornsson, and he'll come up and punt, and might do an equitable job. But the Patriots are going to figure out a way to stop that rugby scrum. I just asked Juwan Bentley about that. He was absolutely flummoxed by the question as to what do I mean. I mean the 2,000 pounds of people coming at you. That is kind of revolutionary in the NFL. We've never seen this employed as a strategy. How were the Patriots prepared for it? So while the defensive captain might be flummoxed by it, I'm sure that somebody within their defensive coaching staff has probably broached the idea that we have to have a plan for that.
Well, I don't love that the defensive captain doesn't know what you're talking about when you bring it up.
I think he was being evasive, if not difficult.
It was like the Arcand sarcasm font earlier that I messed up. Yeah.
So what's the question? What are you going to do differently?
So you brought up Demario Douglas, and this is something I was talking about with Jones and Arcand a couple of minutes ago, that when I'm trying to be optimistic about this team on Sunday in particular, I think what I'm running into a wall with is that we're being asked to buy into a lot of guys we haven't seen before and a lot of things we haven't seen before. And that's the case to some extent with every team in a season opener. But I'm feeling like I'm having to hang my hat on Demario Douglas, on Juju Smith-Schuster, on even what Ezekiel Elliott's going to be, on offense? And then on the other side, having Christian Gonzalez out there, is he going to be a starter? Is he going to be able to be physical enough? These questions that I think maybe somebody like you who was at training camp throughout the summer, I'm wondering, do you feel higher on the additions to this team, the unknowns of this team, than you did maybe even 2 years ago going into 2021 when we had all those free agents coming in on the roster?
I think it's a faith-based fanship right now. I really do. I think that there is a lot that you have to
we have
take
to
on
be
faith.
we have to be very Catholic over here.
Yeah, ours is not to question why. Ours is just to accept. Okay, let go. Let Gerard. That basically, I mean, yeah, you're right. I don't know how Juju Smith-Schuster's going to play. He looked good, looked productive. He looked explosive enough, not meaning his knee's going to explode. I think he's going to be a decent player. I think that Ezekiel Elliott is going to open a lot of people's eyes. And people are going to go, wow, how come Ezekiel Elliott just ran 8 times for 64 yards and nobody wanted him? I think that's going to happen. Gonzalez could be.
You think that's going to happen Sunday?
I mean, that's
It could.
aggressive, but
Yeah.
I think that he's going to have games where people say, well, what was he walking around and no one signed him for? He's good still. I think that's going to be something that we see. Additionally, I think when you look at the team, you do have to take a lot of things on faith that you haven't seen. And I think that's kind of what week 1 is about. That fan that just got turned on is actually distracted.
Ken
I'm
just brought over a fan, and it honestly sounds like we're next to an airplane.
I'm now self-conscious about it.
1977 fan.
I'm self-conscious about it because if I stink, we're just blowing it all. I'm just blowing my BO all over you guys. So now that I think about it, I'm a little self-conscious about it. So hang on. Let's turn that off for a moment. I didn't mean to distract and interrupt those. So you like some of those pieces that they have, or at least you see some opportunity for the Juju Smith-Schusters, the Zeke Elliott's of the world.
I do, but the problem is, as the problem has been, the age of the 10-play, 78-yard drive that ends with a touchdown is kind of gone. I mean, the Patriots put a stake through the heart of it. It's not coming back. And the reason being it's not coming back is other teams can go 4 plays on you much more regularly. So it turns into a shootout, and the Eagles are going to turn this into a shootout. Do the Patriots get to 24 points? Because most likely Philadelphia is going to get there. And you're not going to do it with a bunch of 10-play, 78-yard drives against a team like that. So who will be the player? I was talking about 3rd and 3. Who's going to be the player who scores from 33 yards out? I don't know if Demario Douglas is that guy yet. Zeke certainly is not going to be. Can Kendrick Bourne be that? I think he's a good player. I would not put my chips on Devontae Parker. I would bet on a guy like Kayshon Boutte. Ironically, the guys who I bet on are the ones who I really haven't seen play.
Okay, so Curran,
it's on faith. It's on faith.
That's exactly the point that I was just asking you about. Is that I feel like when you're trying to be optimistic about where this team is starting, in a way, it's about what you haven't seen. Mm-hmm. Hey, could this guy be this? Could this guy be this? And
it's like Christmas Eve.
That's where I know, but it's like. I don't know. I was going to say Christmas Eve in a broken home. I don't know. It's just rough.
Tommy, there's a lot of guys in the Eagles locker room who have familiarity with Mac Jones. Devontae Smith was a receiver. He was teammates with the quarterback. There's a lot of guys there that sort of know things about him and have been, in that situation with him. Is that a good or a bad thing for the Patriots? Is that a good or a bad thing for Mac Jones?
I think it's an advantage for Philadelphia. Sean Desai, the Eagles defensive coordinator, spoke at length yesterday about Matt Patricia. It's actually pretty good sound if you guys want to dredge that up in the next 2 days.
Oh, we have it. Ryan's dredged.
The Sean Desai.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sean Desai and Sirianni as well.
Yeah,
yes.
It's good stuff on because he was asked, how much have you relied on Matt Patricia? And he said heavily. And they go chapter and verse on the things that, not specifics, but Mac Jones likes to do this and Matt knows that. And as a result, we'll do this.
That's been poo-pooed by Patriots sources I've read too, right? The Patricia thing?
Well, what are they going to say?
Well, to Andrew Callahan in the Boston Herald, to Greg Bedard at the Boston Sports Journal, it has been poo-pooed by Patriots sources, yes.
There's a point at which the game declares. You're going to try and unearth something and say, well, let's do this. Matt Patricia will have said by then, well, he absolutely hates to have pressure on his face or up the middle, so let's try to do that. And everyone's going to go, yeah, no one likes that. But, I don't know how many secrets you can give away. Is there an audible or a hot read? That's the most important thing that defenses can glean from former players. What's the hot read if we show this? Because in a hot read blitz, if a quarterback is saying, if they show this, I'm going to immediately look there and throw to this spot, that's when you see those picks to places. Why did he throw it there? Because he didn't expect anyone to be there. So that's the type of thing. But But they would have changed all that by now.
So I want to dive deeper into this. I want to get to Tom Brady and his presence and what that means. You talked earlier in the week on Quick Slants about whether or not it's a good time for Brady to be here. So I want to delve into all that with your phone calls, 617-779-7937. I was about to say you could hear that alarm going off. That's because we have a Mac Jones football here, autographed football that you can come down and win in person. If you're walking around by the Dean College stage here at Patriot Place, you can sign up. You can also sign up to win a pair. Yeah, that's right. You can sign up to win a pair of Patriots and Eagles tickets as well on Sunday with Brady in the building. But you got to do it in person.
Outside of Bar Louie, right?
Yes.
Right here at Patriot Place.
Right outside of Bar Louie. Patriot Place, the Dean College stage, just steps away from that giant
the line
lighthouse.
Is short right now.
I said this earlier, Curran. We're gonna have the lighthouse shine right on us. It'll be like the bat signal to tell people where to go. So we'll get to your phone calls, and I should say this too. Do you have questions for Curran? Open line, 617-779-7937. You're here for a full hour, so we don't always get a chance to have people ask real questions to Tommy Curran. Is that right? Are you
47 minutes now.
47 more minutes, the full hour from 3 to 4. 617-779-7937. We'll get to your questions for Curran. We'll dive into Brady, more on Patricia right after Trending here from Arcand.